Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about a topic that what is project management process groups. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management or you are planning to give exam of PMP in near future. So let's start friend. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. Friend, there are two main categories in the realm of project management which are to be skillfully mastered to succeed: knowledge areas and process groups. These two categories are considered as the backbone of the PMBOK guide, project management body of knowledge. For one to successfully develop into a project management professional, he or she must become proficient in both knowledge areas and process groups. The process groups are the methods through which one executes the process required to do the project management. Learning and implementing process groups are two different things because every project is unique in its own way, and the process groups are shaped and molded according to fit the project. Initiating. The crucial step involved in project management is casting a vision for what is to be accomplished in the duration of the project and when that is to be achieved. Without proper planning being laid and without a foundation being set, constructing anything is close to impossible. The initiation process creates a firm foundation on which the other four process groups are built. The initiation group includes all the processes that are used to initiate a project. Initiation is a process that sets the direction of the project. Hence, skipping or avoiding this particular stage could be fatal. The minute details are to be looked into carefully, and the slightest of deviations can result in the complete failure of the project and its objectives. Until and unless one has a clear view of what the objectives of the project are and what approaches are to be taken, the professional should not get into the second phase, planning. The initiation stage includes procedures like organizing teams, acquiring approvals, and laying down the initial work orders in place. It is the project manager's responsibility at this stage to identify risk, keep track of the resources needed, dependencies required, and project objectives, timelines, scope, and deliverables of the undertaken project. Planning. The second phase of the process group is planning. Some project managers are of the opinion that the scope is accomplished to its fullest in the initiation stage, but on the contrary, in the planning stage, the scope is further elaborated and developed at a much more detailed level through a process called progressive elaboration. It's a common fact that failing to plan is planning to fail. Usually, organizations commence a project with only minimal planning, assuming that everything will gradually fall into place as the project progresses, but later do they realize that without any real or sufficient planning, disaster strikes in the project. A project manager has to spend some quality time mapping out all the details of the project, and these details are later on merged into a master document or project management plan. This project management plan helps all the team members, stakeholders, and leaders to refer to the document through the project and can be submitted for final authorization and approval before officially beginning work on the project. Defining and detailing the project scope, selecting project teams and leaders, setting proper plans for maximum productivity, developing project schedule, providing infrastructure to achieve objectives, establishing effective communication among project team and stakeholders, focusing on the project timeline and budget allocation. Executing. The immediate step after the planning phase is to phase of execution. Execution is the phase where the project team carry out their respective individual tasks which were assigned to them during the planning stage. Every team member works in tandem to achieve the set deliverables. and the project manager keeps track of the resources and budget restraints, as the execution phase is the place where most of the budget is spent. Stakeholders of the project get involved during this stage to make desired changes or requests. The project manager during the execution process group manages team effectively while orchestrating timeline expectations and reaching benchmark goals. The project manager has to establish proper communication with his team at all levels so that he can address the team's concerns or other complex situations related to getting the project completed with the fixed time frame and budget. The project execution phase has no time limit. It depends on the project. It could take days, months, or years for the completion of a project, but just the execution phase is not enough to ensure that the project is on track and gets completed. Rather, it also requires further detailed attention. By detailed attention, we mean monitoring and controlling process, which we are going to discuss mention in the next. Monitoring and controlling. The fourth in the list of the project management process group is monitoring and controlling. This particular stage inspects all the tasks and their performance to ensure that the approved and authorized project is within the scope of the project management plan. The project at all times must be within the allocated budget limit and must be completed within the fixed time frame. Monitoring and controlling is the stage where the project's actual performance is compared with the planned performance so that effective measures can be taken to alter any significant differences. Monitoring and the controlling process are continuously performed throughout the project life cycle. The core skills and competencies involved in this process are addressing the ongoing budget considerations and reducing unforeseen situations which could hamper the team's ability to meet with the project deliverables that are set within the project management plan. Project managers keep the momentum going forward and protect the project from being interrupted by actively monitoring progress and using foresight and quick response to address project challenges. Closing. As every other project management process group has its objectives, even the closing phase has its particular objectives. The closing process group consists of the processes performed to conclude all the activities related to the entire project to ensure that the project is formally completed during the project's last phase. Project closure. Everything should be detailed in order to measure to see if the project was executed as planned and if the outcome is in alignment with the customer need. At last, the project manager should properly close the project by archiving records, conducting lesson learned sessions, finalizing payments, completing contract closure procedures, releasing the existing resources, and handing off the completed product. The project manager has to ensure that lessons are learned mainly and the historical information about the project is centrally archived and stored so that it can be used as inputs for future projects instead of going through the entire process again. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you, friends.